Hello everyone, welcome to Neurasapiens.
In today's tutorial, we'll look at the Python string method isDecimal. So in Python, the isDecimal method returns true if there are only decimal characters in a specified string. Otherwise, it will return false. And the syntax here is your string object followed by the dot notation and then isDecimal with opening and closing parentheses. Now for the string method isDecimal, there are no parameters. And the string that we'll work with here is a data quote. So here the quote is the goal is to turn data into information and information into insight. So we'll run this just to see the output here that we're working with. So that's the string here. And we'll start off by checking if the quote string contains only decimal characters. And so looking at the string here, this will return false because there are no numeric characters in the string, but we can check that with the method here isDecimal. And so we can see here with the output, this is false. Right, so this is false because there are no decimal characters. Now, an additional check is we can also check with alphanumeric string. So an alphanumeric string like hello here with where the E is a number 3, followed by the O is a 0. So print alphanumeric string dot isDecimal, and this also returns false, right? This is false because due to the alphabetical characters. Now, coming back to the string above, the data quote here, we can make a slight modification by adding an integer at the very beginning, right? Just to check, would this still return false? So with additional integer, and we'll create a variable here called data quote modified with a string where we have 1 dot and the same quote as above. So the goal is to turn data into information and information into insight. And so here, this also returns false if we check is it only decimal characters for this string, this modified quote. And so the reason for this is actually due to a few factors, right? One is the punctuation. So the period here after the 1, but also due to the white space and then alphabetical characters as well. Now, looking at special characters, so like your hashtag symbols, your @ we can see and check if this returns true or false. So let's say a variable here we've created called num_1, where it has a hashtag followed by 1. If we check, is it only decimal characters? This returns false as well. Right? And so this is due to the hashtag symbol. And similarly, we can have a look with new line characters. So new line string. And if we just print the output for new line, this variable, all this new line character does is it adds a new line at the end. So in this case here, there's an extra line space after the 1. And so checking here, does this return only, is it only decimal characters and does it return true? We can run this and see that no, it does not. So this is false as well. Return false due to the new line character. And so a few valid options where it does return true for isDecimal is if we only have numerical characters. So if we create a string here called deci_char string, which equals to 77177, and we print the string just to see visually the output. So that's the string here of numeric characters that we're working with. And if we print deci character string dot isdecimal, this will return true, right? Which is only numeric characters. So true. Now an alternative is taking the new line character above with the \n, we can actually strip that, and just to confirm, right, with the string where it's only the number 1 would have returned true. So strip new line character where new line string would then have the value just 1. So we can actually chain the command here with a strip method where we strip away this new line character here. So it only has the number 1, and then check based on this output, is it only numeric characters? As we can see here that it does return true, right? So return true. Now it is only a single numeric character, 1. Now, the additional valid decimal character string is with Unicode characters. All right, so with Unicode character here for 77177, we can actually convert this to Unicode, where in terms of Unicode, 7 is \u followed by 0037, and 1 is actually \u followed by 0031. So we can actually first print out this string in Unicode. So Unicode string is \u 0037. And so these are the first two 7s, followed by a 1, and then followed by another 2 sets of 7s. So 0037 and U0037. And we just print this. We have a Unicode string. And so we can check, does this Unicode, this is only numeric characters, but just check with the isdecimal method, would this return true? So if we take this Unicode string, and then check with the isdecimal method, now this would return true. So this is also a valid decimal character string. Return true, all numeric characters, even when it is as a Unicode character. So this is how to use the isdecimal method to check if a string only contains decimal or numeric characters.
If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and click the notification bell for weekly videos. Please share the video with anyone who you think would benefit from the content, and comment below what topics you would like to learn. If you would like to support this channel and have the means to do so, the best way will be via my Patreon link in the description below. Happy learning, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.